Hello, hello, and welcome back to Gnoll Way Home. I hope I'm saying that right. I still don't know. I forgot to double check with anyone between recordings, or just Google it. I could have done that. But that's fine. That's fine. We're here with this little upsetty fella. He's he's a cute little lad. The cool shaded confines of Opa's hut give way to a hot, humid air outside. The surrounding greenery is dense and wicked looking. Most of the plant life looks close to something I recognize, but just different enough to leave me feeling a bit disoriented. Tav leans against the side of the hut. I realize now that he was probably close enough to hear our entire conversation. He does look like he's calmed down a bit, but seeing me puts him right back in that foul mood. It hurts to see him like this. After he was so gentle in my dream. Wait, was that even a dream? What are you gopping? Gopping, okay. Gobbing at? My heart catches in my throat. I'm pretty sure anything I say is just going to upset him even more, but leaving him hanging doesn't feel right either. I'm sorry. He seems legitimately surprised by the apology, but quickly tries to hide it after his initial reaction. That was really cute. What just happened? You little bouncy boy. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it seems like I'm to blame for this, so I need to remember to do voices. I don't know. Sounds like I'm distracted, clearly. You're damn right you are. I find myself growling a bit in frustration. Look, I don't know what happened, but I want to help. He takes a step forward and thrusts a finger up towards me. He's even smaller than Opa, barely more than half my size. I know what you are, demon. Your tricks won't work on me. I'm speechless. You're going to do everything I say until we fix this. And how do we do that? By getting Gash back and sending you back to help where you belong. That stings, but I can't really argue. If me just being here has displaced someone else, maybe that's for the best. Okay, yeah. I owe you that much. He squints at me, as if trying to scan for signs of deception. Just take it easy, okay? I hate seeing you this way. How dare... Tav and I both pivot in time to see Opa emerge to join us. Oh, okay. Something's missing. Shall we then? All of Tav's consternation melts away as he's left stammering and averts his gaze from geezer junk. Opa, your clothes. I can't help but stare, dumbfounded. Oh! It's a plenty toasty out today. No need to bundle up. Judging from Tav's reaction, he seems accustomed to a bit more modesty than this. But you were just dressed. Opa waves a paw dismissively. Boy, you spent too much time in the Empire. But if you insist, I'll bring the old rags along for the journey. Tav continuously turns back around, trying not to gaze at words. Gnoll. What do you mean? We'll be going with you, lad. Me and the boy have been meaning to take a trip into the town anyway. Speaking of which... The old Gnoll looks around, squinting again as he struggles to make out his surroundings. Where is he? He went to dump his gate after we got out of the Wombwood. At this point, I have no idea what they're talking about. Ah, could you be a dear and fetch him for me then? You know how prone he is to distraction. Tav groans, then takes a deep breath, looking between the two of us before at last relenting. Fine. And then straight to the village. Be ready when we get back. He sets off in a huff again, starting to make a habit of it. I turn to look at Opa in concern, noticing a smirk on his face as he catches my gaze wandering. But soon I feel that prickling at my neck again, getting more intense the further away Tav gets from me. Hurriedly, I hustle to catch up with him, and nearly stumbling as I struggle with these big dumb paws. The sensation fades as I get closer. I eye the leather strap on his waist he was messing with earlier. Must be the leash to the collar. Looking it over, I figure he could probably give me some more slack if he unwound it a little bit. But I don't think asking for that would go over too well right now. Heading into the woods, we travel in silence for a time. Now that I actually have some time to think, my mind wanders to thoughts of escape. Can I really shake him? Getting too far from the leash seems to activate my collar. And trying to remove it myself or forcing him to probably drop me too. I could try diplomacy or deception. But that's what he's already anticipating. He's so convinced I'm some sort of demonic trickster that'll go on a rampage the second I'm off his leash. I'd probably just... Well, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know about anything about this place. I don't have anyone or anywhere I can go to. I'm on my own, really. Same as him now. My thoughts keep circling back to that point. He's alone because he lost someone important, and I'm the cause of that. Should I really even be thinking about escape? Shouldn't I be trying to make things right? If we can get the other guy back, then... I don't know what happened to me. Apparently, my anxious thoughts have been manifesting as audible whines. I don't realize this until I spot his ears swiveling back towards me, accompanied by a soft, agitated growl. I steel myself to try and stay silent. Hopefully some peace and quiet will improve his mood. Then I can probe for more information when he's not so grouchy. I have to admit, I'm feeling a good bit better myself out here in the fresh air. This forest just smells so lively, way better than being cooped up back in an Opa's shack. I do my best to survey the sights and sounds of the deep greenery, trying to build a mental map of the place. But there's just too much of it to take in. I'd get lost on my own for sure. Hopefully Tav knows what we're doing, where we're going. As we pass by Tranquil Stream, I chance a glance across the other side, noticing that the rich, verdant greens of the forest begin to fade into strange violet hues. For a moment, I think I can see something moving over there. As I squint to get a better look, a strange tightness builds in my chest. It feels familiar. It feels wrong. The color. Could it be that place? Well, okay. Every time the music track switches up, I'm just like, what's that over there? Why is there movement? It's fine. The fur stands up on the back of my neck, and I feel that tightness escalate into a palpable sensation of dread. A sharp whistle drags my attention back to the trail, and I realize I'm nearly out of leash range. I steal one last look back across the stream. There's nothing there, but that ominous feeling remains. I shake my head to clear it, hustling to catch back up. Things are significantly more normal back on this side of the stream. I see glimpses of small critters in the bushes and trees now and then. They look familiar enough, at least. When I make an effort to breathe through my nose, an absolute cavalcade of rich scents overtakes me, sorry. I'm just messing shit up. Every plant, every animal, even the paths and streams, they all smell unique. I feel familiarity with some of them, my brain dredging up simple associations like taste, tasty, yucky, danger, or fun for some. It's like I'm digging into this body's scent memory. The most familiar smell of all, though, is his. I take a deep whiff when a breeze catches me downwind of him, better understanding the nuances of the fragrance I'd smelled before. I can almost feel his name on my lips when I smell him. It makes me excited, like a pet reunited with its handler after a long absence. It's hard to describe, but he smells much fresher than Opa. Maybe there's a factor of age, or maybe he just actually bathes. Oh, whereas the older Gnoll's scent was layered with fermenting herbs, Tov's feels closer to nature. I can smell the wind upon him, the gentle breeze after it rains. A little bit of fruit, I think, and a hint of flowers. It's comforting. I nearly run him over without realizing he'd stopped, but catch myself just in time. He's looking up at the tree, with a tree whose branches hang over us, scrutinizing a cluster of fruits upon us. That does not say us. That's upon it. Yes, yes. Okay. I can already smell how delicious they are, so without even thinking, I reach up to grasp an overhanging branch to bring it lower. When I look back, he's withdrawn a leather-bound journal from somewhere, and appears to be taking notes, index claw coated in ink and moving it with impressive precision. So they do grow on this side. He plucks one of the strange crimson pear-shaped fruit from the lower branch, studies its shape briefly, and produces a rough sketch of it in his journal. I grab one as well before releasing the branch. Do you catalog plants? Not just plants. Everything I can, really. They had countless books like this back in the Empire. The wealthy even had entire rooms for storing and reading them. But the Gnolls out here don't have that luxury. They pass everything by maw, so it's easy for knowledge to get lost or broken over time. He seems to get frustrated with his sketch, scribbling over it and clasping the journal shut to put away. I guess I really shouldn't bother. It's not like this is going to help anyone. That dejected look of his compels me to find a way to distract him from such dour thoughts. So, these are safe to eat then? My nose is telling me yes, absolutely. What are you waiting for? But I want to make sure, just in case. Of course. Everything's safe for a Gnoll. I find myself already biting into the surprisingly tender morsel before I can respond. What do you mean? Gnolls can eat anything. You really don't know this stuff? That's like his cutest face. Look at him. He's a lad. I try to take offense of that, but I know I must look pretty dumb right now with how greedily I'm gulping down this delicious fruit, feeling its juices drooling down my muzzle. Like anything. He rolls his eyes and starts walking again as he explains further. I reach up to hurriedly gather up an armful of bonus fruits for the road before he gets out of range. Anything we can swallow, yes. It's our gift or whatever. Hard to starve that way, but I can't get sick from most things either. I hurry after him, dipping my muzzle down to munch on the armful of fruits I cradled as I digest this information. That sounds like quite a gift. I guess, but even that gets turned against us. Trash eaters, scavs, bottom feeders, people can be pretty cruel. He sounds particularly hurt by those words as he repeats them, looking as if he's dredging up some painful memories. Well, it sounds to me like they're jealous. Tov shrugs, trying to let it go. Whatever. They don't matter anymore. We got out of the city to get away from all that. We? Me and Gash. I bite my lip, realizing I've wandered back into uncomfortable territory with him. Why did things have to turn out like this? This isn't what I wanted. I hate this awkward silence. Maybe it would be better to learn? Yes. Lean? No. Lean. It's not learn, it's lean. There's no R there. Josh, what are you doing? Lean into this rather than tiptoe around it.
Hey, we'll get him back, alright?
He takes a deep breath before responding, sounding worn down.
Just stop it, okay? I know you don't actually care. You don't need to pretend for my sake.
His words sting, but maybe he has a point. Even though I feel responsible for what happened to Gash, Tav is the one I'm more worried about. Maybe it's just because he's the one right in front of me. It's harder to feel for someone I never met. Man, why am I devoted so much energy to trying to make him feel better anyway? It'd be a stretch to expect him to be thankful given the state of things, but he could at least be civil. He probably hasn't even once stopped to think about things from my perspective. I didn't ask for this to happen, and if we do manage to get Gash back, then that means The thought drops my heart in my stomach, so I shake my head and try to change the subject.
So, who's this boy we're looking for, anyway?
Opa's kid.
Nah, a little guy out exploring on his own?
He's grown, almost as old as us. Helped me drag you back to Opa's after you arrived. I look down at the small Gnoll. Yeah, Tav definitely wouldn't be able to pull that off on his own. I feel my ears stand up, alerted to a low rumble that passes through the ground. Speaking of, that's probably him. Tav leads us off the beaten path into the tree line, and I struggle to keep up with him.
Hey, slow down a second!
Either he doesn't hear me, or is messing with me on purpose, as he forges on ahead anyway. His Lithe? Lith? Oh. Little body. Lithe? Lithe little body? What is this word? I don't know. Little body is able to weave through the greenery at a pace I struggle to match. I arrive out of breath and sputtering as I shoo away the remnants of vegetation that cling to me when I finally catch up to the smaller Gnoll. He stands in a small clearing near a stagnant pond, brow furrowed as he gazes at a tangled mass of plant debris accumulated in what appears to be a natural deadfall ahead.
Why is he here?
Before I have time enough to catch my breath and ask what he means, I'm startled by the sight of a canteen flying through the air. Several wooden bowls and shredded sackcloth bags soon follow it, being tossed haphazardly by whatever currently occupies the dim hollow beneath the deadfall. Tav marches towards it, raising his voice.
Hey, drop it! Leave!
He sounds like he's lecturing a misbehaving animal. I force myself to follow after. My deep breaths to regain my stamina soon confront me with an incredibly powerful scent. It's something I've been picking up hints of on the way here, but now I recognize it's most certainly another Gnoll. Presumably, it's Opa's kid. Now I wonder if Tav's been following that scent to guide us here. I hear some back and forth between Tav and another, a deeper voice as I spot the frame of a larger Gnoll standing over him, cast in the shadows of a deadfall. Tav seems to have pushed him aside, leaving him to watch as Tav starts struggling to repackage a cachet of wicker baskets stashed here. I take a few deep breaths to let the new smell wash over me. These smells seem to be less distracting once I fully process them. That's probably why I haven't really noticed my own scent much, save for a few stray vapors when I reach my arms up to grab those fruits earlier. Closing my eyes to focus, it definitely smells like another Gnoll, but this one has a powerful core musk that the other scents clinging to it can do a little to disguise it. The potent, earthy aroma almost feels like I'm choking on mud, but there are strange notes to it that I find titillating? Titillating? Yeah, I think that's that word. I think so. Salt and sweat layer atop it to render it sharp and ripe. I get the feeling anyone can smell this guy coming, not just another Gnoll. I open my eyes when I hear the larger Gnoll respond to Tav in a tone that carries much of the same gravel that Opa's did, but in a younger, greasy timbre.
Guessing some critters got out while we were gone. I was just gonna bring the good bits back for ya.
They're all good bits. The big guy scratches his head and idly turns, ears lifting in intrigue as he spots me.
Holy shit, he's up!
What? No! That's the demon! Tav reaches out to stop the bigger Gnoll that's marching eagerly towards me, but gets his arm tangled in the straps attached to one of the baskets and ends up buried beneath as its contents overturn and spill out over him. Whew. Well, this is a large lad. Okay. As he steps out into the sunlight, I get a better look at the Gnoll, and I'm a bit surprised by what I see. The voice definitely sounds masculine, but the, shaggily bearded face sure seems to match it. But the shape of that body, though heavily set with a bit of added weight and muscle, is undoubtedly stacked in another direction. And as the golden-furred Gnoll approaches, I can confirm with confidence that he's the source of the powerful smell.
Demon, huh? Always wanted to scrap with one.
I shake my head to try and refocus, raising my paws out and up to signal I don't want to fight. He lets out a gleeful cackle and doubles his approach. Doubles? Oh, okay. Reaching me faster than I'd expected given his hefty gait, and meeting my paw with his own, interlocking fingers to initiate a grapple. But before I can offer any resistance, I feel the clutch of that damned collar sap the life out of me again, leaving me to crumple towards... Oh, crumple, okay. At his feet for the momentary clash. Face down in the mud.
Did it break? Or did I break it?
Tav manages to free himself from beneath the toppled baggage to come to my rescue.
He's got a demon collar on. He can't hurt anyone.
The big Galoot looks mortified.
Not even for fun?
Tav seems to unwind his cord a bit to give me some slack. As I sputter and gasp for air, pushing myself up onto my hands and knees, Tav groans and retreats to the deadfall again.
Get him washed up. I'll handle the damned luggage.
Once I'm wiped the mud out of my eyes, I can see the bigger Gnoll squatting down, extending a paw to help me up. I grunt and take it, though as I do, I worry he's just going to take advantage of the grip to paralyze me again. He doesn't, though. He helps me up to my feet and gets me to steady, leaning in to sniff at me before introducing himself.
I'm Stinky.
I'm not sure if that's his name or a statement on his personal hygiene. Honestly, it seems like both.
Hi.
I hesitate, thrown off by that strange introduction, and he continues invading my personal space. It takes me a moment to register, or I should offer my name in return.
I'm Mr. Josh. Are you, about done?
He halts his wandering sniffer to look up at me, smiling as he realizes what I'm talking about. At the same time, I spot Tav's ears perk up in reaction to my name, causing him to turn and take a long, hard squint at me before returning to his work with a dismissive headshake.
Oh, sorry. I just never smelt a demon before. I expected, brimstone. Yeah, I get that a lot. Well, let's get you washed up then. At least a little.
He guides me excitedly by the paw over to the small pond nearby. Looking up his arm, I can see he's got a good mix of muscle and fat on his frame. He's almost as big as me, though still good head shorter overall. I kneel at the edge of the pond as he takes the opportunity to look me over for a few different angles.
No horns? Barbed tail? Big old bat wings? Dang, guess the stories were full of shit.
I sigh and lean towards the, to dunk my head in the water and scrub a bit, a pause reflexively pulling back to comb through my thick, shaggy mane. Oh, okay. As I come back up, I pause when I notice my reflection for the first time, carefully studying my appearance. The Gnoll looking back at me has kind of a dumb face, to be honest. I think he's cute. Okay, I think he's the best looking of the characters. I saw this design and was like, well, I'm downloading this game. If he were part of a bigger group, I'd expect him to be the big, goofy one that ends up the butt of their jokes. My paws reach up to feel at my face, as if to verify. That's what that word is. Verify it's real. The nostrils flare a bit as I think about the big black nose in its center. My fingers run through the shaggy, unkept fur on the jawline that trails back into my mane. Overall, I'd say Gash was pretty handsome in a lovable oaf kind of way. Honestly, he might have even been my type. But those timid, anxious eyes don't fit him. Those are mine. While they might lend him a bit of a puppy-like innocence, my uncertainty makes them tremble with weakness. I bet the others can tell from my gaze alone that I'm not him. I'm roused from my fixation by a foot paw poking at my ribs.
Demon dick, huh? All barbed and veiny. No!
To be honest, I hadn't checked, but I feel confident I do not have a demon dick. Fairly confident. He snickered, cackles, and reaches down to help me up again. His playful ribbing, though a bit invasive, is kind of refreshing compared to Tov's dour animosity. I look back to the deadfall where I can still hear the little guy scrounging around.
You think he needs help in there? Probably, but I just get in the way again to know what half that stuff is.
I take a closer look at the deadfall, wondering if this is some kind of weird forest stash hidden away out there.
What is this place anyway? Oh, it's where I found you two the other day. Found us? Yeah, after you passed out in the Wombwood. He managed to drag you and the hall as far as he could. But I could tell he was at his limit.
Every answer just raises more questions.
What the hell is Wombwood?
He gestures past the pond, opposite of the way we came.
The forest we're skirting around. It's all spooky in there. Spooky? Yeah, like, everyone's dead and I want to go home spooky. Alright, real spooky then. It is. We're still on the edge of it, though. The real nasty critters don't wander this far out. Keeps the Imperials away, though, so it's good for that at least.
Frustrated cursing cuts through our little chat as Tov continues his labor.
I'd better give him a hand.
I turn to excuse myself from the conversation. This Stinky gives me an encouraging swat on the rump before I go, offering a grin and a pair of thumbs up as I yeep? Okay. And turn back.
You can do it. Whatever it is.
I grumble a half-hearted thanks for the encouragement and turn back to resume my approach. Okay. I think I'll end the part here, so I'll see you around, everyone.